Don't waste to love your job no matter what you do. Sometimes when you are in the early stages of your career, you have to do something less than glamorous. By sometimes, I mean most of the time. Very rarely do we get to start our career by launching into our dream jobs. Even when we are lucky enough to work out our dream, companies we have to start at the bottom. You have to earn trust, gain respect, and do a lot of grunt work to get to the top. Even then, it isn't perfect. When you have finally climbed your way to the top, you realize that the day-to-day work in your dream job can be boring and messy. No matter what you are doing to be successful, you have to stay focused. It helps a lot if you enjoy what you do. Enjoying what you do isn't some magic thing that either is it or isn't it. Sometimes you can intentionally cultivate. Sometimes you can eventually intentionally cultivate. This list will give you a place to start. Number one, you have to remember how work is helping you grow. No matter what you are doing, you are learning. You're learning from your bosses, your co-workers, the details of day-to-day responsibility, the unique situation you are being thrust into, the problem you have to solve. This is learning. This learning is making you more valuable. Is setting you up for future better opportunities. It makes you more competent in the work you are doing right now. It's making you a better person and a better entity. The growth is easy to lose in the shuffle of day-to-day life and all that. Maintaining awareness of it is very important. Keeping track of benchmarks. How have you gotten better over the most month, quarter? Don't just remember that you are growing. Measure it. Remember when you were a kid and you measure your weight. You measure your height with a pencil and a ruler on the closet. Door jump. If you were anything like I was, you did it often. How much have I grown since I measured last month? Apply that same dedication, fascination with measurements to your work. Track benchmarks from month to month. Helps you see reward progress, the things that get lost in the day-to-day, but when looked at over a broader time span, become bluntly obvious. Start a spreadsheet if there is available to you. Create a set of journal prompts to work enough each month, or better yet, every weekend. When you do something well, write it down. When you make a mistake, note it. When you figure something out, record what you learned. Where you are right now might not feel impressive, but look at it in direct comparison to where you were 3 months ago. What things do you know that you didn't know then? What skills have you developed what skills that have you developed? What problems have you solved that would have doubted you before? What great ways are you better at your jobs? Of journal prompts to work enough each month, or better yet, every weekend. When you do something well, write it down. When you make a mistake, note it. When you figure something out, record what you learned. Where you are right now might not feel impressive, but look at it in direct comparison to where you were 3 months ago. What things do you know that you didn't know then? What skills have you developed what skills that have you developed? What problems have you solved that would have doubted you before? What great ways are you better at your jobs? Enjoy the day-to-day process. Enjoy the rhythm of your work. A lot of life is about setting into a flow. Even when you are working your dream job, there will be monotony. Very similar type of emails to respond to again and again. Detailed work that requires painstaking focus. Record keeping, back-end stuff. When confronted with this type of work, you have two options. Option one is to present it, wish for it to be over. Get restless. You know the feeling. Barely able to focus. Desperate to jump out of your seat and go do something. It's not fun. Option two is to set into the rhythm of it and take pleasure in the process. Enjoy paying attention to the details in an email you are sending instead of getting bored and restless. Think about the value the recipient is going to gain when they open the mail. Think of the human connection you are building. Enjoy the rhythm of sinking into a deep focus. Enjoy the act, the craft of paying attention to your job, to your work. Boring tasks become pleasant when you enjoy not the task itself, but the rhythm of doing it. Frame how your job moves you closer to your goals. Not only are you learning from your job in an arbitrary way, but you are taking an important step on your journey towards where you are ultimately want to end up. You may dream of something being marketing manager for a fashion company, but right now you are stuck in an entry level customer service role. How is that role making you better? What skills are you gaining that relates to the bigger picture you are learning? You are learning how to convey value to people and resell them on products. Again, imperative in a marketing role, you are learning how to communicate with your own managers, the visionaries of the company, and you are learning how to convey your ideas to them in a value-focused way. All of these skills relate directly to the work you want to be doing someday. This is your training ground. Training grounds sometimes come in unusual shapes and sizes. They are not always an entry level position in the role type you'd like to end up in, but each one is an imperative part of your professional journey. Rather than getting restless focus, or capitalizing on what's important to you, treat your work as play. Remember, you were a kid and you were driven by pure curiosity and fun. You don't have to lose that just because you grew up. Your work can have the same quality that your play once did. Instead of approaching work as a chore or as something to feel pressured by or stress about, treat it with spirit of play. Be curious, be joyful, be open to experiment. Anything fun. I want to finish this project a day early. To how many leads can I get through in the next 20 minutes? Goals. Not only does this keep your brain engaged, but it also challenges you to consistently try to beat your own times and get better. The same way a sprinter tries to beat their own time on the track is a fun and effective tool for self-improvement. Treat the path as a test for character. People are measured not by their performances when things are easy, but by their performance when things are hard. The hard stuff shows us what we are made of. They make us stronger. People are fascinated by tests of character. It's been explored in culture for centuries, from Homer to Hemingway, for whom it was a favorite theme. Hemingway wrote consistently about people pushing themselves to their limits and testing their character. That's what Old Man and the Sea is about. A man testing himself, the element. That's why he was fascinated by the bullfights. Treat your work in the same spirit. What are you made of? Do you have what it takes to push through the hard parts? Do you have the grit to stick to something even when you want to quit? Do you have the discipline to make the deadline? Persevering and emerging victorious makes you stronger. The more difficult the situation, the more meaningful the test. Don't look outside. The grass is always greener on the other side. Looking at it as the fastest way to breed dissatisfaction is also a false promise. When you get to the other side of the fence, you realize that the grass was just as green where you were before, and your new pasture is equally undesirable, if not more so. Don't look at great grass. Develop tunnel vision. Focus utterly and completely on what's right in front of you. There's nothing besides what it is you are doing. There are no other pastures. Your only task is mastering the one you are in. There was others in the past, and there will be others in the future. And there may even be a concrete goal you are working towards. Perhaps you want to be building towards getting position at another company, or a different position with your own employer. That's fine and healthy. But don't look literally. When you are in a job that isn't your dream job, it is very easy to speculate about other possibilities. You don't love your day-to-day work and you aren't married to the vision. So you look outside. You are doing sales at a tech company, but one of your eyes is turned on doing sales at education company. Same type of position, same basic skills being gained and same benefit from the outside. It looks so much better. Don't even entertain the idea. Be obsessive about mastering what you are doing now, as long as you are driving value from experience and it's making you better, as long as no one is asking you to do anything dangerous, unethical. Stick it out is one of the most basic facts of the working world. To do something X, you must first master what you are doing now. People will notice that dedication. People will notice that dedication. You open countless doors by just putting your nose to the grindstone and doing your work. People want that on their teams. If you are focused, you won't have to chase new opportunities down. People will come to you. And that's how it goes.